Yes, I understand. Hello. I took a shower just so that I could go. I was not even gonna wear makeup. Hello, hello, hello. And then I was like, no, I feel like I'm gonna have to present myself. Hello, hello, hello. Great day, guys. I think. Tell me if you guys disagree. I gotta turn this light down a little bit. Free Britney. Hello, guys. What's on the agenda today? I mean, let's just go over what happened. The event of the century. Man, what a day. I'll do my best. We'll break it down and I'll do my best. Yeah, we're going to go over what happened with Britney today. That's literally all this is going to be about. The next court date, there is a Monday hearing, but the next court date isn't going to be until September to give Britney's new lawyer some time to onboard. I don't know if I want my hair down or up. Probably up. I can't wear earrings right now. Sorry, guys. I think she's getting rid of dad. Yeah. Playing nice with Jody, maybe. You're welcome. Yeah, I will say, somebody says, thanks for the update. It's hard to get news from the US in the UK. Here's what's funny is I looked this morning at, or this afternoon, an article or a clip of Good Morning America. Turn off live video. Okay. A clip from Good Morning America discussing today's hearing was on Twitter, and it was so inaccurate. It was just like, well, Britney petitioned to end the conservatorship. No, she didn't. Or no, she petitioned to get a new attorney, which she hadn't. Yes, a new attorney was going to be there. It's just inaccurate. Hi from Pennsylvania. Blanca said, I feel so happy for her, but so emotional about everything. Yeah, it was an emotional day. I think for a lot of people who've been following this, so many emotions. I don't know if Jody's an honest person. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Tell me honestly if you cried. Because I had to retake a couple videos. Hello. See, look at that. I got so many notifications of people that are like, I'm not crying, you're crying. Everybody was like, it shouldn't be like this. That we're all like, oh my God, a woman got her basic human rights back. Or no. Oh my God, a woman is able to start the path to regaining her basic human rights. There's no video of the court hearing. There is only, there is a video of her attorney. I'm celebrating with wine too. Maybe it's a back-to-back tequila night. Who knows? I wish Jamie had the balls to resign. Yeah. It's so draconian. Hi from Costa Rica. She said her own lawyer told her not to speak up. I didn't see that part. That is... Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I want to get an account. There's a couple people that I follow on Twitter. I'm going to go to Britney Law Army. You're not late. I'm early. How long can this case take to unfold? A while. I mean, the next court date's not till September, but her attorney said that he is going to petition to end this. Sorry, I'm scrolling back to see. What were the big updates? So I'm going to break down like I did before, where we're just going to go through what happened inside the courtroom by the accounts that we have. The hearing has started. They are discussing a litany of issues in a courtroom today, and all sides are slinging arrows at one another. It's likely an animated and loud day inside the courtroom. That was the first tweet from Britney Law Army. So actually, let me set the scene. I guess I should wait 1 minute just for people who actually calendared it correctly. How is a woman going to use a tool of patriarchy to continue the oppression? You know, if there's one thing that we can all take from this, all of us, it's that if we're born into a system like this, there is some part of us that is still perpetuating it. So I try to take stock of misogyny within myself, because I know I have it. When I see another woman that I'm jealous of, for instance, if I'm looking at them, if I'm jealous of somebody, if I'm jealous of another woman, I will hear an internal dialogue of like, oh, she's trying to be cool for so-and-so, or she thinks she's all that. Like she's a pick-me girl. You know what I mean? Like I notice that in myself, and then I try to correct it. And I think that when we're looking at the situation today, the reason I say that is there's a number of people that aren't seeing the inherent misogyny in this. I'm just a little bit early. You're good. I haven't started breaking down today yet for that very reason, because I knew people would. She had to text Ingham since she didn't have Rosengard's number. Interesting. There's a number of women in this matter who have perpetuated this, and I think it is very misogynistic, and the way that this is carried on has a sexist nature about it. I just think it does. I think that there is something inherently wrong with taking a woman's ability to control her own life and giving it to her dad. Whether or not it's legally permissible is a separate issue. What I'm saying is, I think that it's misogynistic. Yeah, I do. For those who are here, I do not speak on judges. I am a practicing attorney in the state of California. I'm an officer of the court by that regard. I am here only to break down what's been filed, what I think may happen. Not legal advice, not your attorney. But because I'm practicing in the state of California, I'm a personal injury attorney out here, but I've got over a decade of experience. I just find that that's probably not the best thing for me to do. I don't know if her mom was in court. Good question. No audio from today. No audio from today. Thank you guys. And please do not feel like you need to pay for anything. There's a new post on our Instagram. We'll look in a little bit, if I can. I'm going to try to get through all this. I hope she heard it. Yeah, the part that she spoke about the Free Britney movement, like, that should make all of you feel good, right? Because it means that's what I talked about yesterday. Somebody had asked, again, like, can you be her attorney? I've gotten asked that question, not because of my own skills, but because I think people see somebody passionately articulating the case, and they think like, Jesus, that's all we need, just have her be the attorney. And I'm not. But I said yesterday, like, I'm a cog in the wheel, as are you. All of us are put in this place to amplify the message, which is Free Britney. And to the extent we have all pooled our message into two words, Free Britney, it has resonated so strongly that it broke the shields of the conservatorship. It's like the opposite of what happened in Harry Potter, at the end of Harry Potter. When they all threw up their wands and they had the shield over the castle, that's kind of what the conservatorship did, right? They all threw up their wands with all the power that they had and tried to hoard Britney's person, her money, everything. They put up the big shield, and the Free Britney movement just came through and was like, nope, cracks. And she saw it. Matthew Rosengart's engagement still has not been formalized, but I anticipate it will be. Yes, I made a Harry Potter reference. Her IG said that she's thankful for actual representation. I mean, again, I don't think that I would love to think that that is her. Thanks, Sandy, because I still can't see. Don't tell me, because Sandy just told me, but this right here, that part of my screen, shattered. My phone this morning said, you don't need that part of your screen right there. So I have no idea how many. Can they move up the next court date? No. Protective order against her dad, potentially. Depends. I mean, some of the stuff that was discussed, we'll get into. So she got granted her own attorney rights. She got granted the ability to hire her own attorney. Oh, very sweet. She hashtagged Free Britney in her recent post. Next court date is September. Yeah. On what grounds did they argue? That's a good question. On what grounds did they argue for an appointed lawyer versus her own? So let's get into that. Real quick of note, there was another amicus brief filed. Oh, I should check the court website real quick. There was another amicus brief filed by somebody in Roanoke Park, which is up here, Northern California area, I believe. And it was rejected because they didn't pay the filing fee. So it's probably fan, maybe? Why does it take so long for the next hearing? This is a complicated matter. Like, really complicated. So to get her own attorney on board and ready by Napa, to get her own attorney ready, it's going to need to be set out, and that's really only 2 months. There is a court hearing on Monday regarding the security for Jody, but theoretically, but just understand too, that her new attorney would need to get her on board, review all of the materials that have not yet been provided to him, because theoretically, if you're in a normal situation where you have access to all of your materials, you could go to your hearing with your new attorney, get them appointed, but they've already had a chance to review everything. Britney doesn't have access to all of this stuff. And it's not like anybody in the conservatorship right now was going to say, oh, you wanted this new attorney? Let me go ahead and get him all this stuff early. Unlikely, right? So, wrong bar. So he's going to need to review. There were 15 pending motions, albeit 5 of them were just related to the hiring of her attorney, but we've got a lot of stuff to do. The 12th accounting for 2019 to 2020 for the conservatorship assets and estate is pending still. There are some outstanding matters on that. Now you've got the 13th accounting filed by Jamie Spears that was just filed. That's one with like $1.3 million from just one attorney or something. I don't know how she found Matt. But he's going to want to review all of that, because even if he petitions to end the conservatorship today, all of that shit still needs to be accounted for. All of that still has to get handled, because if Britney took over today and you don't have a balanced checkbook, hi from Romania. I'll post this to my YouTube, yeah. So feel free, if you guys can't stay or don't want to stay and you want to watch this on live or on repeat later, go to my YouTube channel. Does this new lawyer have to do brand new discovery? I doubt that. I don't think that he's going to do discovery. I think he's just going to figure out the easiest way to stop it. The no medical evaluation comment makes so much sense now. What do you mean, Steph? Can Jamie mess with paying Rosengart from his role? I mean, he could try, but I don't think that that would be a good idea. Who's going to pay for the new attorney? Britney. What's your YouTube channel? Heather the Lawyer. I tried to make it all easy. I'm also new at this, so please don't expect, high end. I mean, literally everything is being done off of what you're looking at right now. The shattered phone. That's my venue to the world. You're welcome. She spoke of conservatorship abuse. Is there such thing? Yes, there is. Vivian said there was no capacity declaration, so why is there a conservatorship? Okay, Steph asked me this earlier, and I'm hoping that, what does this say? I read that her father's attorney stated that there was... Okay, so the question of capacity, there was a discussion on whether or not Britney is able to make her own medical decisions, and her own attorney represented in a court filing that in October of 2014, that it was declared that she didn't have capacity to consent to medical issues, and that the conservator of the person had to. But after a thorough review of the file by the court stated no such declaration was ever made, and that the determination was never made. Fine, but then the court says, 3 separate times, I've got that feeling again. I've got the feeling that someone's going to come in. But the court then went on to say that despite all of that, because it's voluntary, it's assumed that she gave the ability to consent away. She because this conservatorship is listed as voluntary, and I don't know where that comes from. I'd have to pour through all of the original documents. But because this is voluntary, she handed the ability to consent to medical issues to the conservatorship. You did not miss a lot. So now I'm going to go through. Let me check the court docket real quick. Not the docket, the case documents. I'm going to do my best, you guys, but it's scrolling really fast, so I'm not going to be able to get to a lot of questions. Do you think that they used her children against her to sign? I mean, I don't know. It sounds like that was an issue, though. I mean, I can't speak on what did or didn't happen. I don't know. I have the same information you guys have. Yeah, nothing else has been filed with the court. Okay. Jody's intentions, I have no idea. I don't know what her diagnosis is, and I don't want to know Britney's diagnosis. And quite frankly, I don't want anybody to know Britney's diagnosis. I don't want to speculate on her health, her mental health, for multiple reasons. One of which is all of that is, you can have a condition and be perfectly fine. I have Crohn's disease. I'm okay right now. I'm able to talk to you guys. Doesn't mean I'm going to be okay tomorrow. Doesn't mean I was okay yesterday. But the fact that I have something does not mean anything. 1, 2, that's my personal business. I just told you because we're very good friends. All 1 point, whatever K of us are very close. So I told you. But it's her business. It's her business. We don't need to know what her mental health diagnosis is. And I would argue it's worse now to say anything because she now needs to be able to market herself moving forward on her own. So yeah, we homies. If it was voluntary, she should be able to revoke it. Yeah, you would think the 2 times she's gone to court, she's like, I'd like to end this. No longer voluntary. The voluntary status is revoked. So inside the courtroom today, they are discussing, yeah, that's what I was going to do. I was going to set up. Okay, so the 15 or so matters on calendar for today. 12th and 13th accounting, which we talked about earlier. Jody Montgomery's request for security. Jamie Spears' request for an evidentiary hearing to disprove Britney's claims and to determine the veracity of claims against Jody, I guess. That's 3. Sam Ingham's resignation. Bessemer Trust's resignation. Accounting. Resignation. Jody, Jamie. And then 5, just random other crap. We went through them on probate notes earlier, but nothing, that's the majority of it. But like I said, at least a third of them were dedicated just to getting Britney her own attorney. And now that that's happened, the other stuff will get pushed, and we'll figure out in September the majority of it, other than Jody's security, which will be heard on Monday. Are the records up? No, records are not up yet. So my husband's going to be coming home at some point. Okay, so Britney Spears broke down in tears, pleading for the court to end the conservatorship. And then they appointed Matthew Rosengart, the former federal prosecutor that she has been in discussions with, approved as her attorney. He will represent Britney going forward. Tim, get the tequila. Paying for her own attorney and paying her dad. Oh, it's worse than that. I mean, that's a light date for Britney. She's paying for, settle in. Paying for her father's like 5 different legal counsels, paying for Jody, paying for Jody's attorney, paying for Sam Ingham, and then Sam Ingham brought on a different firm. I'm trying to think who else. Lou Taylor's involved in this, and she ended up using one of those other attorneys that Jamie Spears used. She's employing a large business. I do not think that Britney's social media got immediately handed over. Someone is in the background. It's the cat. She's hungry. Her mother's attorneys filed a request for Britney to be able to choose her own attorney. Will they try to drag it out? Potentially. I think they already have. There was an argument in court. Let me get to it. Okay, the court has let Britt decide her own attorney. Okay, they took my hair. I wish there was a better source. She says they took my hair vitamins away. That's not abuse. That's just fucking cruelty. Excuse my language. She was talking about Jamie Spears was just wielding his power recklessly. Well, maybe, I guess not recklessly. The allegations make it seem like Jamie Spears was wielding his conservatorship power in a way that ensured that she knew who was in charge. Yeah, Lou Taylor sent cease and desist letters that ended up on cease and desist. I think that's what Britney was talking about with the suing her own fans. Cease and desist letters to people who had up websites about Lou Taylor with regard to the Britney Spears stuff. People were alleging that Lou Taylor was doing not great things, I guess, with regard to Britney Spears. And so Britney's own attorney drafted a cease and desist letter to the website and charged it to Britney. He needs 5 attorneys because he needs all the help he can get. Yeah. So Penny accepted the resignation of Bessemer effective immediately. What does that mean? Bessemer Trust was appointed by was requested to be appointed by Sam Ingham, which was Britney's attorney before today, to act as co-conservator of the estate. So there's a conservator of Britney, Britney's body, and then there's a conservator of her estate. Estate meaning the money. I was gonna see if I have a pocketbook now. So prior to October, it was prior to 2019, Britney's father was the conservator of both her person and her estate. So he had control of both her body and all of her money, businesses, finances, all of it. In 2019, he resigned as conservator of the person, and Jody Montgomery was appointed. At Sam Ingham's request, I believe, he was involved in onboarding her. Sam Ingham then also got Bessemer Trust on board he filed late last year. The hearing was in November. There was additional hearings in April, but the order didn't get filed appointing Bessemer until June 30th. And the court at one point, in the probate notes, the court noted that the order was filed, it was kicked back twice for errors. So Bessemer Trust gets appointed so that it was Britney's request that it just be Bessemer, like kick Jamie off, appoint Bessemer. But the court said, no, we're going to keep Jamie in and appoint Bessemer as co-conservator. Fine. But because the order didn't get filed until June, Bessemer hasn't had any action. Letters need to be issued, and that's the authority to act. And so Bessemer didn't have any authority to act, and didn't charge any fees, no money. But Jamie cites specific actions in regards to onboarding Bessemer in his fee analysis. But that's setting that aside for a second. Britney speaks on June 23rd, and on June 28th, maybe, the order appointing Bessemer finally gets filed, and the 29th, I think, it gets signed by the judge. And then the 30th, Bessemer's like, no, not us. No, you told us she wanted this. The person I heard speak last week does not want this. We are out. And so they filed a request for resignation saying, I'm done. I'm done. Let me out. I didn't do anything. No one relied on me, which is important in the law. No one relied on me. We have no skin in the game. I'm backing away slowly. Respectfully, we're not going to, we're not going to cash out people stuff. No. So I got off track. So Judge Penny accepted the resignation of Bessemer, and that was iffy. If they've already been accepted, were they going to be let go? I'll tell you, in my gut, I thought she's definitely going to let him go because they haven't done anything. If they had been onboarded and had started acting for Britney's interests, and it was okay, we'll keep them on or kick them out, and it's just Jamie again, I could see how there would be more of a push-pull. But if they haven't done anything yet, it doesn't hurt Britney. It's literally, who deserves cash out? It's Heather. You're sweet. Good for Bessemer Trust. How long do you think before she's out of this mess? I don't know. I did see Lance Bass's husband's tweets. And then AJ from Backstreet Boys said that he saw her recently. There's a E! News article about that. Ingham interrupted the court to say that he just received a text from Britney and she wanted to speak, and Rosengart approved. Rosengart will be filing with the court Britney's declaration that she wants to end the conservatorship. Britney said she will speak with the courtroom open. Britney to Ingham, I text you because I didn't have my new lawyer's number in my phone. I don't want you. Get the fuck out. Give me my new man. You're gone. New man, enter here. I don't know about her boyfriend. I don't know. We're going over what happened in court. Why didn't Britney quit work? She did. Yes, I have a landline. Yes, I'm old. When Jamie's attorney said he wouldn't resign. Okay, we'll get to that. Britney, I am here. I want to make clear who I want as my own lawyer. I want to get rid of my dad, and I want to petition to end the conservator. You didn't miss a ton. And anything that you missed will be on YouTube later. If they get rid of her father, does she still have to pay for his lawyers? No. Only for any work that's related to the conservatorship. I use the term but for because that's something that we use when you're teaching law a lot too. But for the conservatorship, Jamie wouldn't need lawyers to deal with the conservatorship. So then the conservatorship pays for his attorneys. But for the conservatorship, Jody Montgomery likely wouldn't need security. So... Sorry, I'm gonna have to let them out. Okay, come on, Bella. Go. Sorry, guys. And we're just gonna have to deal with the dogs. She said, ma'am, that's not abuse, that's just cruelty when he took away the vitamins. Again, it's just exertion of control for no true reason, just to show it. I want to change my father with I want to charge my father with conservatorship abuse after he broke down the door and shook my son. When I read that, I visibly audibly gasped. Like, I'm sorry. So this man is like, we kept hearing like inklings. Bella, come on. Hey. We kept hearing inklings of this like restraining order with the kids and what's going on with all of that. And it just like, no, she's at my door. Oh, Jesus. Come on. My husband will be home soon, and then I will have to deal with this. Okay. I just can't imagine how somebody knew this and then said, anybody knew that he acted this way and then was like, yeah, but like keep him in charge. Keep him in charge. It's fine. I believe Britt, but would this be considered hearsay? No. Hearsay, ready my legal scholars? Hearsay is out of court statements. Statements out of court, entered into evidence, asserted, used for the truth of the matter asserted. So in order for this to be hearsay, it would need to be a statement. It is not. And it's not being used to prove the fact asserted. Is that the way I would say it? It's been a minute since I've disproven hearsay. Yeah, hearsay has to be a statement. But now you know. An out-of-court statement used for the truth of the matter asserted. Now y'all know. Like Erica Jane talking on Housewives. Yes, but now I would have to go into exceptions for hearsay. Isla. So you're talking about a business that you have no... Okay, then go outside. Hey! Professional over here. Tim is not home. That's what I want. I would like for Tim to be home. Okay. I'm going to move on. The only reason I can think of that they did this is they were trying to kill me. There's a couple things that I take issue with here. One is this woman, I'm going to close this door. Less loud. One is This man has been in charge of her for 13 years. Whether it's her person or her estate, it's her. And all of the work that she's done. And she has thought he was trying to kill her. Can you imagine the fear and pain and anguish and sadness and overall shitty life that she has sustained as a result of this man, whether or not he was trying to kill her? Whether or not, pretend he wasn't. But she's having to feel that way. I know, Heather's all of us on a conference call. I know, I'm sorry. So she goes on to say, he took away her license after she was pulled over for going 10 miles an hour over the speed limit, and police had only given her a warning. No ticket, just a warning, no license for you. It's almost as if we're just waiting. If any of you have ever been in the situation in like a relationship where you're put in this situation of, it doesn't matter what you do. If everything's right, the person on the other side is going to snap. They're going to find something. Some might call that a narcissist. Others might call it something else. But I can do everything perfectly, and you're going to find something to make me suffer for. Jamie's been the puppet master of her family and all who worked in the camp since day one. Interesting. Yeah, waiting for the other shoe to drop. Yep. Toxic. Abuse, yeah. During their circus tour, I was told if I just be good and follow the rules, they will end it. So when was the circus tour? I didn't look at that. When was the circus tour? 2009. Holy shit. So she thought a year into this, like, oh, it's temporary. That was her comeback. Yeah, and so that makes sense. The timeline makes more sense when you talk about people saying, like, it was okay, and then slowly she started dying inside. Like, you could see from the outside looking in, she was slowly, like, withdrawing. And if you're talking about like from a year in, she's being told it's going to end, just keep going a little bit further. If you just get to that goal, well, we're going to move the goalpost this time, but like just to the next one. Oh, well, you got there, but like, we're going to change it up. Are you okay? It makes sense why she was dying inside. Dangling the carrot, exactly. She'd do anything for her babies. I can imagine. Broken. Yeah, I'm really dealing with real life over here, guys. This is not a simulation. Where can you read new transcripts? I don't know how soon they'll have it ready. Potentially, I guess her attorney could attach them to a motion, a petition to dissolve it. They tried to make me seem crazy, which I am not. I wondered if this was a hint that she knows what's going on with her Instagram account. Because, yeah, one thing, Mr. Rogers says, I don't think she should be footing his bill either. That's what's crazy is in this tangled web of attorneys and management and conservators and, you know, attorneys representing attorneys and you know, businesses having attorneys that are controlled by Jamie, but representing Britney. It's just bananas how much is involved here. But he's using her own money because it's so far removed and it's theoretically for her, he's using her own money to keep her wrapped up in this. You let the other one in. Y'all need to lay down. Lay down. Okay. So I wondered if she's kind of like hinting it, like, I know you guys are trying to make me look like I am out of my mind on Instagram. I'm not. I am not. Well, you have to pay any of the money back. So far down the road, I have no idea. Britney said, my dad wants this investigation now. But while I was in the program, he was calling me drunk from my beach home in Destin, Florida. I want to work on my confidence and go back into the world, and I want my dad gone today. Will the new lawyer have more control over how her money is spent? It's not contemporaneous. Nope. It's not contemporaneous, meaning that like her attorney isn't giving the okay as checks are being written. It's an account that there's got to be somebody who's able to pay the bills contemporaneously as they come in. So right now that's Britney's dad. He's the conservator of the estate. He's the one paying the bills. He's the one authorizing payment of the bills. So that's when Jody Montgomery says, listen, I followed Britney's wishes, but if something takes money and I submit it to the conservatorship to be paid and it doesn't get paid, I can't do it for her. So she's in some ways implicating Jamie in Britney's, as a reason for some of Britney's claims. Does that make sense? So what can her new attorney do? Her new attorney can comb through the prior accountings, put up potentially new objections to the extent time hasn't lapsed on the 12th accounting. The 13th was just filed. So he'd be able to question the 13th accounting, similarly to how Ingham has, but potentially more aggressively with regard to the way that attorneys are being used, who's paying for attorneys, who's really retaining the attorneys, whose interests they're looking out for, and the actions that they're taking, yada, yada, yada. She did, no, maybe somebody else said that she was worth more unalived. And that just like, and somebody said that with regard to like, similarly to Michael Jackson and Prince, and it's so hard for me to wrap my brain around that. Maybe I'm just too naive. He's also, let's see. Britney's attorney said, let's push the fee requests and other petitions aside. The court needs to focus on what's in Britney's best interests. Hey, you fucking men. Feels like we should have done that the whole time. And that, if you look at his press conference after the hearing, he says, like, the drama has taken us too far away. We need to refocus ourselves on what's actually going to help Britney. What is in Britney's best interest? Is it, 15 lawyers lined up at the end of the block to send cease and desist letters? Does it go into that? At one point, she talks about, like, they tried to sue my fans. My fans. They tried to sue my fans. They're not their fans. They're my fans. Why are they suing my fans? Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. I also get a kick out of the fact that she's just like, fucking this and fucking that. Sorry about my language, but fuck these fucking people. Like, those are my fucking fans. Like, I could just imagine, like, the court's just probably like, I mean, you've been shut up for so long. What am I gonna do? Sanction you? Right, who cares about the fees? Yeah. She does this. Jody Montgomery's attorney immediately asked to discuss Jody's petition for Britney to pay for her security after Britney was done speaking. So Britney shut up. Me next. And then they set that out for Monday. She really got a chance to talk it out and let it all out. Yep. Rosengart said he will not agree to Jody Montgomery's request for security expenses without consulting with his client. Fucking novel idea. That lady that worked so hard to like pull up that money that's paying all of us, I feel like she should like have a say. Maybe she wants Jody to have 24/7 security, maybe. But like, why don't we ask her? Imagine the first time someone says you are not crazy. Yeah. Terrible thought. Oh, I don't want to read it. Yeah, she can cuss all she wants. Same. I don't limit my language. I'm telling you, something's up in front of my house. You guys have my back. Okay. Vivian Thoreen, who is Jamie's attorney, questioned the veracity of Britney's statement in court on June 23rd and attacked Britney's ability to recollect. So, what does that mean? Vivian is Jamie's attorney. There's been statements that came out in the New Yorker article. They're pretty damn in line with this, which leads me to believe that they had a pretty good source. But what she's saying is Britney isn't really telling the truth. And, you know, she's got some stuff going on, and do we really want to, like, trust what she says? I think maybe she has a problem remembering. Like, that's basically what she said. Can her dad appeal the ruling of her having her own lawyer? I don't know. What they said, this specific account doesn't have it, but somebody else did say that it was argued whether or not she should have an attorney from the CAC panel, which is court-appointed counsel, or if she should be able to hire her own counsel. And ultimately, it was allowed for her to choose her own attorney. It wasn't her dad that was arguing that, though. That's typical of over-medicating her and coming out of trauma-based mind control. Interesting. That card's been played too many times, bro. Yeah. I don't know about Sam, guys. I just want to, I'm trying to just focus on the stuff that happened today. This is shining a light on conservatorship. This is an action for change. I agree. If she has a problem with her memory, then how can she remember intricate dance routines? Yeah, like, all right, can you perform that circus tour? Do you have a dance that you remember? Like, show us that, and then we'll believe. I mean, it just also, one thing she cannot.
Hey, Mom?
Yes.
Can I play some number?
No.
Real quick.
No, there's too many people on. No, thank you.
Just not bad.
I understand. Please. Thank you.
Okay.
Dad
home?
Not yet.
Dang it.
You can't tell her how she feels. You can't tell her that she's recollecting how she feels. Right, perception is reality. But you can't change her perception. Her perception is how she feels, and that's not, you don't get to tell her she doesn't feel that way. The mom look, giving it to everybody. The dogs, the cats, the kid. Gaslighting makes you question things. Yeah. Best outcome, what I said earlier was she gets to pick her own attorney. Now that we're there, it sounds like he has intent to file a request to end the conservatorship. So my hope is that that gets handled, and then we go through the accountings and see if there's anything that needs to be cleaned up. It feels like maybe Sam was burnt out. Maybe this got to be too much. Or maybe there was a concern for safety. But it doesn't feel like Sam was listening to his client, and maybe the lines of communication had hardened in a way that it was no longer And I mean that on her side. Like maybe because she saw all of these people from the start, maybe she didn't even feel like she could be truthful with him because it was going to get back to somebody else. Even if it didn't, even if it wasn't him, even if there was somebody else that was giving it information back to Jamie, at some point that was alleged. But even if it wasn't Sam, that trust may have already been broken. And so he didn't do anything. I'm trying to give like benefit of the doubt here. So I think that her having a new attorney is extremely beneficial for moving this forward much more expeditiously versus like, I'd like to file an objection to the $500,000 that was paid to the attorney. More like petition to fucking end. Like, we'll deal with the petitions on the fees and shit later, like her attorney said. But like, why don't we deal with like first, let's like end this and then we'll figure out the money. If they end the conservatorship, can she still have all the money verified, past money verified that it was legit? I think so. The only question would be timelines and what, if it was confirmed and passed by her attorney, understanding though that she didn't have consent or ability to consent. That part I don't know. So I think 12th and 13th, yes, accounting. So 19 to 21 probably, but I don't know about the other stuff. Yeah, have to stop bleeding before moving on. Yes. Yeah. Oh, absolutely, Cindy. Clients must have a trusting relationship with their lawyer. If you don't trust me and you don't feel that you can give me honest answers, how am I going to represent you? Could they prove this was all wrong to begin with? I mean, yay. I don't know. Worst case possible. I mean, worst case possible is this attorney was, you know, somehow back-ended by Jamie and they're all in on it together and, you know, this ends up getting dragged out again. I mean, there's obviously worse things that could happen than that, but like that would be legally, I think, the antithesis of what the Free Britney movement is pushing for as far as I can tell. Can her postpartum depression factor cut her postpartum depression factor and that she doesn't need the conservatorship anymore? Will she have full access to her lawyer? That's a great question. Or only times her conservator approves. The specific powers, I wish I had it in front of me. The specific powers say that the conservator gets to limit visitors and the conservatee's access to people except for the attorney. Now, at that point it said, I think specifically the court appointed attorney, but I'm fairly certain that that's going to, you know, move on to her new attorney. His number wasn't in her phone, correct? Daddy's home, things Jamie's kids will never say anymore. I don't know. I don't know what his relationship is with Jamie Lynn. I don't know. His namesake. Will she be able to get a restraining order against her family when she's freed? Oh my gosh. I can't. Sandy, thank you. I literally have no clue. Next court date's in September. Why is it even a thing? How can somebody have that much control? Yeah. I mean, it is. Arguably, there's situations in which it's necessary. Is there any way that you could turn that down, please?
Make my own song.
Great. Anything on the ACLU amicus? So the ACLU's position was, one, Britney has a Sixth Amendment right to counsel. Two, the ACLU petitioned that while we understand she has a request that Matthew represent her, to the extent she hasn't yet been able to, we'd like to assist her in, what's the best way to say this? In reviewing the possible nominees for that position. So they wanted to help her in looking at new attorneys to make sure that she got the right pick for her. I do think this is the start of change for the conservatorship system. New counsel will likely focus on conservatorship and before individual provable points of neglect. Is that a question? New counsel will most likely focus on conservatorship and before individual provable points of neglect. Yeah, exactly. They're going to focus on ending this before they're going to focus on the back shit. So first we stop and then we go back. I don't know about suing the state of California, and I don't speak on judges. Can she leave to speak to her attorney outside of the house? I mean, the specific details, I don't know. Yeah, Jamie's attorney admitted there was no finding on Britney's capacity, correct? We talked about that a little bit earlier. Where did this attorney come from? Great question, Stacey. I have no idea. Sam? Her boyfriend? A note under the door? The call's coming from inside the house? I don't know. Do we think Britney, our new attorney, will be safe? I hope so. Kim Kardashian, I don't know. Does that mean there's no way for the conservatorship to end prior to the next court date? Unlikely. It was always unlikely that it was going to end today because you need some type of evidence. Madonna worked with them. Interesting. Kim Kardashian, maybe. But isn't Kim, I mean, I keep hearing that Kim's tied in with Lou Taylor and Lou Taylor is tied in with the Jamie Spears, and I don't know. Any info on Jamie's statement back to Britney today? He says that what was said was untrue. Oh, let me say this too. Britney Spears' medical team said that it's in Britney's best interest for Jamie Spears to go. Hello.
Hey.
Heather's Tim is here. If you haven't yet, please feel free to go follow Heather's Tim on TikTok. There's quite a few people here. He's just started his TikTok account. How does a conservatorship have this much control over someone? I mean, it's how it goes. Are you showing me pictures?
No, I do.
Are you looking at your TikTok? Are you looking at your TikTok? See? Restraining order against her dad. The only issue that I see with filing one is whether there would be basis right now because it doesn't seem like they have any contact. And then when you're doing something like that, you have to craft it so specifically. If he's in control of her finances, like, how do you work in a restraining order? It's difficult. Can I tell you what you missed? I would I'll download this and then upload it. I'll download it from here and then upload it to YouTube. Didn't her mom hire this attorney? I don't know. I've seen mixed reviews on her mom, on her sister. We all know on her dad. So, are you on my live? So you have to turn that down. I can't listen to myself in delay. And honestly, you don't have to do that. I'm right here. I think it's really interesting, though, that Britney Spears' medical team specifically said that it's best for Britney if he goes. And then Britney's new lawyer comes out and says, just resign. Just resign. It's in Britney's best interest if you go. You know, we all think that you need to go. Tim is a Heather fan. What did you say?
I didn't say anything.
Can you turn that down?
Oh.
How is she paying Rosengart? He will be paid out of the conservatorship. They should put an immediate stop to her dad approving any money without her being consulted. You can't, though. It's the court, by agreeing to this conservatorship, by granting this conservatorship, has said you don't Britney have the ability to care for your finances, so he needs to. So his decision-making power is over and above hers when it comes to her finances. So he doesn't need to seek her approval of anything. If anything, she has to seek his approval on her own expenditures. Make sense? Sister-wife option is still open. Somebody'd like to put in an application. Erica Girardi's going to have to be a different day. Sam the lawyer's gone. Sam the lawyer's out. Sam the boyfriend's still here. He is still accountable to the court. Could they request an emergency hearing to have someone co-manage her finances? Great question. Like an ex-party request to appoint or remove a conservator of the estate. There would have to be emergency basis. It feels like everything's probably before the court. And I anticipate again that, I mean, we're kind of like, we're all sitting here as, you know, judge and jury trying to, like playbook this out with Matthew Rosengart now in the position. And if I'm sitting in that position and my client's crying in court the last 2 times she appears because she wants this over, I'm trying to get her like the quickest piece of freedom possible that gives her the most relief, and then like release that pressure valve and then figure out how to get the rest through as quickly as possible and then clean up the mess being the accounting. So let's get her freedom and then let's sweep up the bullshit afterwards. Does that make sense? Any questions on that specifically? Seems like she's headed in the right direction. Yeah. I have no idea why Matt Gates was there. Will Rosengart be able to get Britney medically evaluated without permission from the conservator? Any communication between him and her is confidential. The billings would need to be too, though you have to block out your time in order to get paid. The court requires you like explain how you've used your time. But theoretically, yeah, I guess he could, but I don't think she wants to sit through that. And another thing that was discussed, I feel like I should bring up another account. Another thing that was discussed was that they were holding evaluations over her head as ways to get her to comply and using her children to like get her to comply with things. Jody is not gone. She's still there. She said she didn't want to be evaluated. Yeah. Her former lawyer is gaslighting her hard, saying she remembers things incorrectly. Her former lawyer, or I think that's her dad's attorney. That was Vivian Thoreen or whatever her name is. So somebody said, this guy seems like he's truly interested in getting her free. Yes, and I'm sure, like money aside. Yeah, but also understand that these people are big time. This guy is in the top 20 law firms in America. So when you think about that, you think about like very high powered clients with lots of money, right? Big corporations, the Jeff Bezos and the whoever else. So just his being involved in this gets his name out more, and maybe now he's not top 20, maybe now he's top 10. You know what I mean? That that advertising alone, his press conference being at the forefront of this movement with Britney and assisting her in getting out is going to be a huge get for him too. That is totally reciprocal. And I'm not saying that makes him a bad guy. I'm just saying the facts are facts, and it's in his best interest to get her out to prove to his potential clients. Jody is Elon Musk, yeah. What if he's paying for Britney? I guess theoretically. What do you have? What is that? speaker.
Speaker and GPS. Golf GPS.
Did you win it?
They give us a door prize when we got there. Kind of cool.
He will become as famous as OJ's lawyers. She just went on Twitter. Who? Who went on Twitter? Check Britney's Twitter. Coming along, folks, coming along. New with real representation today. I feel gratitude and blessed. Thank you to my fans who are supporting me. You have no idea what it means to be supported by such awesome fans. God bless you all. This is me celebrating by horseback riding and doing cartwheels today. I know everybody wants to believe that this is her. I don't. Yeah, I don't believe that that's her. Britney got her voice on IG. Wait a minute. How do we know this is her? I mean, I understand the voice is her, but I don't think that it's her. I don't think that she posted it. What is the movement gonna do once we free Britney? Sam commented, I tend to think it's her. It sounded like her voice. Okay, so that guy's here. Anybody have any final? That's not her voice or song. I know it's not her song. Free women. I feel like your lips to God's ears. I want to book from her when this is over. I don't disagree. Do you have any questions about Britney?
No.
No. Then we move from hashtag free Britney to hashtag arrest Jamie. Amanda Bynes is next. There you go. Oh, that's the original singer. Okay. If Jamie refused to pay Rosengart would bring a motion. Jamie could be sanctioned. It's not in his best interest. Trust me. He would be removed quicker than Rosengart's asking. Well, apparently Amanda Bynes is under a conservatorship. Can her lawyer freeze his spending? Petition for instruction, I guess, at the September hearing. I don't think freeze. I think your husband will go for, thank goodness Heather is free. Maybe. Do you want me to be free?
Free from what?
I think probably from this.
Oh. So you are free. Well, have fun. You're having fun with it. It doesn't bother me.
I can't wait for a new lawyer to investigate the last 13 years. Wonder if Jamie will watch what he does now that he's under the microscope. We'll see. I don't know. The Jody Montgomery situation, I'm trying to trust my gut on it, but I don't know. Some parts about her, fine. Some, I don't know. Somebody said, no, this keeps you occupied so he can golf.
I don't golf that much.
You don't golf that much?
This week I did, but
yeah, just this.
Really...
It was just this week, guys.
Stop,
just this
stop,
week.
Stop. You make me like I golf every day. Stop.
Oh, are you worried about people judging your time?
No, but you're judging me.
I'm not judging you. I'm just giving you a hard
You're
time.
lying about me.
I'm not lying about you. Yeah, what's for dinner? Touchy, exactly. Gosh, I feel like guilty conscience over there.
Not even a little bit.
I don't trust Jody. I think she's shady. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. If she puts up a fight to end the conservatorship, I feel like that would be a tell. How did I meet my husband? We worked together. He needs tequila. Should we end it with a tequila shot?
Tequila shots.
We did a tequila shot for Britney today. Last night
You
we
did
did
it
one.
today?
No, I didn't do tequila
You get
shots.
shots without me?
Thank you for synthesizing everything and keeping us updated. You're welcome. Could you turn that down, please?
I made that.
Yes. Make us shots, my love.
Okay, so.
Heather's Tim on TikTok. We started his TikTok yesterday. We're still not quite sure what's going on because Kat tried to comment on your TikTok and it was blocked. Not blocked from her, but like you could only comment if you are friends with them.
Then be my friend.
I don't think that's the way it works. Will you go make us shots? Jesus, how many times do I have to ask?
Hey.
Get in the kitchen, make me some tequila. I've been working hard all day trying to free Britney. It's time. It's time.
So you've been doing all day?
When is Tim going live? He has to get to 1,000 followers first. You can have a shot. I will say, we sprung for the, I do not want a heavy shot. Please light. Please light. Thank you.
It's fucking cold.
I told you that yesterday. It hurts to hold it. We sprung for the 1942. I was talking to the phone. It said, go make shots. She said it. Yeah, no, you guys need to take shots with me. I'm not promoting alcoholism. I'm just promoting freedom. You know what I mean? Will Tim do TikTok dance videos? Of course he will. Of course he will. You know what? Let's play a game. Let's play a game. Once I get Tim's TikTok fixed, where you guys can comment on his one video that he has. Once I do that, the first 5 things you guys comment, I'll make him do. Have at it.
Yeah, I'll make
him.
You're gonna make me do
I
nothing.
will make him.
Dares.
Tim, do the
Let
running
him sit in
game.
the cold. Let him get a kitty.
The name is Heather's Tim. Like Heather, mine, as in my Tim. As in I relegated him to the position that he has in relation to me. As in I'm the top. And he is
There's me. Boom.
only but a
See?
piece of me.
There's me.
Oh, did you comment? And I do that in jest.
Never seen another time. Oh, what's that?
What? It's gifts, baby. Don't worry about it.
I've been sending gifts.
Please stop. Please stop.
Boom. You're on fire.
Can I show
Hey,
them?
Alex.
Can I see what they think
No.
about my music?
No. Okay, we're gonna do this and then we're gonna get off.
Everyone's sending roses down.
Oh, I was saying something very funny because people relegate women to the positions that they
Sarah
have
on
in
there?
relation
Is
to
Sarah on
men.
there? Is Sarah on there?
No.
Aw.
Okay. Tequila time. Every freaking time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn into a Tin Man because Tim gets in my frame and takes my filter away.
How do I do that?
I don't know why your face gets so long when you're right here. Do you see how it like goes up? Okay. Look at how freaking cold it is. It like iced the glass.
Love it.
Okay.
Look at that. Oh, yeah.
Cheers to Britney's freedom.
Free Britney.
I'll make a TikTok with Sophia's music later. This weekend. You didn't miss me. Cheers. Free Britney. Follow Heather's Tim and we'll get him to 1,000 followers. And then I'll make him do the first 5 things you guys say.
I like it.
What thing?
Like heart with that.
I did it without a face because that's the kind of badass I am. Great day for Britney. Great day for Britney. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you around. Comment and find Heather's Tim and then, follow him and then we'll make him do some crazy fun stuff. Love to you all. Have a great night.